There we go.
Arsonist?
Hello.
Okay.
We are good now. The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. Is that what you were saying?
Yes, that is what I was saying.
Okay.
Mic
Hello.
test.
Welcome to yet another exciting adventure with those natural ones. Sorry for the slight delay and then even slighter audio delay there because OBS hates me and likes to default my microphones to things that don't exist. Anyway, we're here now. So, couple quick announcements before we get started. First and foremost, This Friday, like 3 days from now, is our next in-person... What? Our next in-person, sitting around the table, rolling real dice, all of us around, brand new table reveal this Friday. I build a thing. It's not perfect, but it's pretty freaking sweet. So, join us Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twitch.tv/those natural ones, youtube.com/@those natural ones, Kick and Trovo. If you're like the three people that use those platforms, we're there too. Other than that, I feel like there's something else that I'm forgetting. So maybe I'll remember it while Scott talks about Patreon.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm here to tell you about our Patreon. Patreon.com/those natural ones. It is our preferred way to support the stream. Best way for us. There are many levels to choose from, all the way from Discord access to advertising opportunities, lots of merch in between. One of those levels, the Mishra level, includes a weekly shout out to everybody at that level. So once again, thank you for your continued support, Lesson Floor Marlat and Don Marlat. Everybody check it out. Patreon.com/those natural ones. We are looking into starting YouTube memberships, just haven't figured out how we're going to do it without screwing people over on Patreon. So that is in the works as well. But check out our Patreon, patreon.com/those natural ones.
Hey, Scott.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Doesn't that work out to just $1 an episode?
Yeah, it does. When you count
$5
our live episode or our in-person episode every month.
$1. That's
$1.
Wow.
that's good value.
It's
$1
a great deal.
an episode.
Remember when iTunes songs were
too
only
low,
99 cents,
Emery.
but you're getting hours and hours and hours of content instead of one few-minute song. That's pretty
right.
cool.
It's like
Pretty all right.
3.5 hours times 5. What is that, like 17 hours?
Man,
Still up higher,
pretty
Emery.
great.
Oh, and we just lost Perry for a second. Keep going up. Keep going up.
Sorry.
Keep going up. All right, Emery, while you fix your camera, tell them about every place else that they can find us.
All right, tell me when I'm good.
Good. There. Perfect.
there?
Right there.
Okay. Yeah. Now that we're good, when you are not watching us on the day of on YouTube, you can also catch us on Twitch. You can watch us on Kick and Trovo, as we mentioned before. You can listen to us on wherever podcasts are disseminated. You can interact with us on Facebook, on X, or Twitter if you don't like revisionist history. You can interact with us on Threads, which is better Twitter. You can look at our short form videos or our minis on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. You can also interact with our very own Butch's blog on Tumblr. Remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications so that you never miss an episode. And any and all engagement helps us out, like sounding off in the comments.
Exactly. Fantastic. You heard it.
Don't forget to use your Amazon Prime membership to subscribe on Twitch.
Exactly.
That's right.
And I remembered the other thing I was going to say. We are only... Let's see. I got a challenge for everybody out there in viewer land. 9 YouTube subs by the end of this episode. Come on. Let's do it. Get us over that 600 mark. Let's do 9 YouTube subs before the end of this episode. That would be fantastic. If you're watching on Kick, Trovo, Twitch, any of those, just hop on over to youtube.com/@thosenatural1s, hit that subscribe button, get us to that 600 mark, because that would be fantastic. I think that just about wraps it up for everything. Sam, where are we sitting? Tell these fine people what happened and what's in store for us.
Oh boy. So we started last session with the party split. Butch, Rhett, Gwen, and Orpheus in Rockreal, and Arnon and Elric still in Torchiv. The party reunited.
Hey, thanks, some Chi-Chi person for wherever you just subbed from. I don't know what that was. I couldn't see it.
That was certainly a proper thank you.
Say the name.
I missed it. It went too fast, and it was like something Chi-Chi.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what that icon was. Sorry. Anyway,
Well, we love you.
We do love you.
We appreciate it regardless.
Thank you so much. All right. Anyway, what were you saying there, Sammy?
So anywho, the party reunited in Torchiv and passed the time to allow the amulet to recharge. Elric and Gwen got some alone time with their prospective paramours. Butch came up with an elixir to allow him to cast True Sight, and Arnon visited his order hideout to try and discern more about the Feywilds and the Twilight Coven. We used the amulet to travel to the Feywilds and encountered a mischievous satyr asking about our reservations and stating that we needed them to ensure our safety. After some cagey banter and a bit of trickery between the satyr and the party, we escaped, but Elric can no longer say the word leave because the satyr wanted to have a word. Moving further into the Feywilds, but not very far, and also still reservationless, we suddenly noticed an item had gone missing from each of us. Seemingly out of nowhere, from the tall grass, quicklings appeared and attacked us, flitting about at incredible speed. We defeated all but one of them, and were able to recover all of our items except for Elric's magic beans. We ended the episode out after we finished looting, with Elric less one bag of beans and one word. Here we are.
Indeed. And that
Elric really got it.
Yeah, Elric got royal effed last game session.
I think that you just need to just say, make like a tree every time that we have to leave. I think that that's just the most appropriate, or just be like, let's make like a tree and get out of here.
If I don't get my bag of beans, I'm going to burn this entire plane of existence down.
Yay, we're back to setting things on
If
fire.
I don't get my
I'm
bag
into
of
it.
beans, I'm gonna leaf no one alive. Just replace it.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's a good point. Any terminology, any phrase, any way to use it, it's gone. So.
Yeah, but that's the word leaf, not leave.
Exactly. So, as we continue, you all just finished looting the corpses of these tiny little fey creatures. One ran off well beyond your sight. 120-foot movement speed will do that for you. As you stand in this field, heading towards the forest in one direction or the other, still probably a good quarter of a mile away from the tree line. What are you doing?
Guys, I feel like I may have instilled a bit of paranoia into everybody, trying to warn you. We can talk to people, just be careful of the words that they use. Most people, when they come to the Feywild, end up getting a guide, and we are gonna probably need some assistance to find where we're going, and the Archfey to help us come home. So we can't, I know this sounds weird coming from me, but kill everything we come across. I just didn't want you guys to lose your name and such. Sorry if I freaked everybody out with the warnings. Feywild was never my strong suit. in my studies. Kind of.
His strong suit was more of the burning ring of fire, if you couldn't tell.
Yes, I like. Yes, voice in my head. I like. Straight up death and.
I was going more for the Man in Black, Johnny Cash, or
Yeah.
not Johnny. Yeah, Johnny Cash look, but that
burning
works
ring
too.
of fire.
Arnon, does everything here
That
want to
sounds like
steal
you
or
need to
stuff?
change your diet.
Everything in here has its own self-interest in heart. That's how you should approach it.
What?
They're trying to get as much as they can out of every interaction.
What about physical interactions? Like, do we have to worry about if somebody comes up and is like, "Have a flower"? Like, is it probably a trap?
You should probably treat your interactions with everybody as if you were speaking to a lawyer, or perhaps in Rhett's case, an agent. Just be aware that they're going to be trying to take advantage of you with every word, but we're going to need some guidance. And I know Butch is going to ask his goddess, but sometimes we might need more.
Do we have a gauge on how late in the day it is? Like, do we feel like it's time for bed?
No, you guys just got there. It's still fairly early in the morning. Probably probably about 10 o'clock ish. You guys literally woke up, went and talked to the general for a little bit, hopped on a plane shift to the Feywild, and then had that 2 interactions, and that's it.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago that I told you all that Hugh scared the crap out of me. And, it was the whole, contract wheeling and dealing thing where he obviously wasn't, what he was presenting wasn't everything. It's the tricksy stuff that scares me. And that's what this place is. So, yeah, I'm leery of the Feywild. I just wanted to everybody be on guard, but you may have overdone the warning.
We've been here for all of a few minutes, and in terms of your warning, they haven't disappointed.
Yeah. We kind of shadowfelled it again with the whole attack first thing, but
Do you think these little guys would have given our stuff back?
no. I think we might not have run into him if we had the satyr as a guide.
Should I cast my pass without a trace? Would that be helpful, or do we want to find people to help guide us? Or
Let's see what Butch's. My opinion. Let's see what Butch's goddess has to offer.
okay.
Let's maybe not do that out in the open.
Okay.
We've already been taken advantage of once.
Well, maybe
Another
even if we have to
thing-
investigate certain things, we can use my unseen servant for things we're maybe not as sure of too. So that could be a useful tool, when we're kind of taking a Tom Glancy around.
That's a good idea.
Did you just say Tom Clancy?
Do you think I should do the hut
Well,
I mean, if we can't
Or-
out pizza it.
for
can your spell
doing
go out of
the
the hut?
divination? Oh,
It stops magic.
I thought it stopped magic from coming in, or is it both ways?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it's both ways.
Would now be, and I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions because this is just this is so new to me, even with my Fey industry or whatever. But what about protection from good and evil? Would that be helpful, especially
In a fight,
for some of us?
yeah.
Just in a fight situation, not where we're at right now.
Well, maybe when no,
Okay.
So I've got that spell too.
Okay.
It's more of like combat. It doesn't really
Got it.
help us in conversation.
Cool.
Spells or other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
Yeah, really, we could just sit in there and pew everybody without repercussion.
That doesn't sound so bad for me.
It sounds pretty fair to me, I think.
And
Dispel
sorry,
magic
but
is a
I
thing.
have my mandolin back now.
Yes, you do have your mandolin. Did I
Okay.
forget to put
I
it
just
back
want to
in?
make sure that was correct in Boundary and
Did I put it back in or not?
No, you did. I just
Okay,
didn't
cool,
want to
cool.
misuse it in case.
No, that's fine. Yeah, the only thing that you guys didn't recover was the Elric's beanbag.
Was the beanbag. Was Elric's beanbag.
Elric's beanbag is the only thing that's still missing.
We get it. It's gone.
Hey, Elric, where's your beanbag?
I swear to God.
Protection and good from good and evil on your beanbag.
That's
So,
not how that works.
Above table, the divination, like the spell divination, the range is self. So that begs the question: communicating with a god, does the hut even? I don't know.
You would have to try.
What is divination a concentration spell?
No, duration is instantaneous.
Okay.
You would have to try it out to see if it works.
Yep.
What I was gonna say, like another thing about this place is that out in the open isn't necessarily what out in the open is back where we're from. There are lots of plant type creatures, hidden type creatures, so we might not be hidden where we would expect to be at home.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Sentient plant types are known to be common here. And very small rocks.
It's really giving me more reasons to burn this place down.
Look, any of us would be distraught if we lost our beanbag.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you fully grasp the situation that's at hand here.
I mean, you can't right
I
now.
can
You
guess.
can't grasp your beanbag. Like that must feel really, really uncomfortable for you. That it's not.
This is an elf joke.
I mean,
This is an elf joke.
We're going to feel about that.
I
Oh
get
my
it.
God. No,
I get the
no.
joke. I get the joke. I don't have that problem.
Okay, for once, the joke is not the point here.
I think the point is. Oh.
If we are dealing with creatures that can flit to and fro without our being able to track them visibly, those beings can be a source of chaos that might make things very difficult for us in the next few hours, let alone days.
How long does it take it to grow?
Last I checked, the rate of growth is a minute.
Is this just one long continuous joke?
No,
This is
It
a real
feels like a lot of references are being made here.
this is me being
the-
entirely serious.
The beanbag doesn't grow, Butch. The stalk does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is the point.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Children.
You guys get it? Adult jokes. Get it?
Children.
Okay, children, I think you've crossed the line.
That's not. Do any of
Okay,
you have
why don't
any
you
desire
all-
to entangle with a mummy lord?
I mean, is that that's not a guaranteed outcome?
No. It's
There's-
one of at least 10 different outcomes.
Okay,
I think
Arnon,
that we should
while
stop
the
giving the
wizard's
DM
talking,
ideas of terrible
Why don't you-
things he can do to.
can we discuss what kind of question we'd like to ask?
You act like I haven't thought of these already.
That's all right, Lynn.
You know what? But sometimes.
I know we're
I-
looking for a direction in which to travel.
I gave him the
we're trying to
idea of
find the
stealing
Twilight
thoughts and
Coven.
concepts of words from my
Okay.
mind. So
All right.
we're already on a roll.
So, yeah.
Twilight Coven.
Butch is gonna study. Oh, son of a gun! The stars cannot guide us. But we have the mountain, right? There's a giant mountain.
Yeah. So to recap, when you appeared in the Feywild, you were facing towards the either setting or rising sun. You're not sure. There was far in the distance, probably miles into the distance, you saw a range of purple mountains. To your left, and then all the way, like circling behind you, was a very large forest that you couldn't see how large it was. And then to your right was a small, negatively graded downhill slope down towards a large lake.
All right. Given my background as a wanderer and my survival skill, I would like to find a point of reference that I can use to help us navigate.
Okay.
Like the tallest peak or a peak that is distinctive.
Sure. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh, great.
With a 12, I mean, you...
I was muted, but like, can I help him or is it
Yeah,
too late?
sure.
'Cause
Yeah,
I just
go ahead and roll
picked up.
with
I'm
it,
sorry.
or roll again. Take the highest of
I'm
the two.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're a ranger, so you would be able to assist with this. That's better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
So you see a few different distinctive markings that you could navigate from. I mean, there's the mountain range, and specifically you do see one central peak that kind of appears to crest quite a bit higher than the surrounding mountains.
Nick, what does it look like?
A mountain.
Nailed it.
So, no,
It looks like
so you see, imagine like
a leatherback tortoise.
I was thinking more pointy, more like almost
An
like
alligator reaching up to
matter-
a branch.
It looks really cold.
It's more of like a Blue
Matterhorn
Mountain range,
style,
okay.
like almost Everest style peak in the middle.
A pointy high elf.
You're not entirely sure how high it is because you're not entirely sure how far away it is. However,
Right, but there is a tallest peak.
there is a tallest peak. Looking around, you also see the different constellations in the sky that you would be able to, that you kind of study. You'd have to keep an eye on them throughout the day to make sure that they don't move, but you do see constellations that kind of represent the different celestial planes as well as some of the lower planes. Similar symbols that you would be able to navigate off of with your background. Whether or not they move, you're not quite sure
Fantastic.
yet. But you know, generally, at least at this point in the day, you could tell the relative distance between these individual constellations and that central peak.
All right, I'm going
Being a
to.
ranger, like, would I have, and like Fey ancestry, like, would I have a better idea of like where we should go and where we should be headed?
You haven't.
I mean, I don't know if those things are related or not.
They help you navigate this area. However, you're not sure where to go yet. So,
Sure.
and you've never been here, so you don't really have a reference.
Right. Yeah.
I think last time I told you all we're looking for a large tree amongst a grove of trees. The vision I was given.
Okay, Nick.
Is
Butch
it
will
like
turn his shield
Treebeard like?
over, put it on the ground. Using the moon symbol atop it, he will set up his tiny little sacrificial altar upon which he will place his offerings. And he will ritual cast the divination spell. Takes 10 minutes, plus 1 action. And he will ask the Mystic Seer, beg her for guidance, asking the question. Just put it on the... There we go. Relative to the tallest peak present here, O Mystic Seer, in what direction should we travel to reach the Twilight Coven?
Give me 1 second here.
Yep, short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or omen. Omen.
Really creepy looking kid shows up and stares at you.
Yeah.
Damien?
No.
With a Rottweiler next to it.
Yeah. Yeah, with the raw one.
Get Gwen dead so fast. Puppy.
Give me a second. Talk about yourself. Or talk amongst yourself.
It looks like he should be in a cornfield
Hi,
somewhere.
I'm Gwen.
Shut the fuck
What do
up.
you guys think about if I pass this summon beast thing? Because I can use it for up to an hour, and it manifests, and it's basically a like air, land, or water, and it's native to the chosen environment,
Ooh.
which means this environment. So maybe it can help us navigate a bit, or because I mean,
Doesn't Gwen have a friend who's from here too?
So,
I think these are both good options.
Bo is from here. I
you
can summon Fae.
you cast your divination. Second goes by and you hear, head towards my plane to find what you seek.
Blitch repeats it out loud.
Find the airport.
Head
Oh my
toward my plane to find what you seek.
Hmm.
All right.
Do any of these constellations represent her?
Roll astrology.
Is there a moon?
I mean, astronomy.
Is there a moon?
You don't see a moon specifically. Well, actually, you do see a moon. Yes,
how many moons?
it's significantly larger in scale. It seems significantly closer than it does on the material plane, to the point where you can actually make out significant, like, not structural, but like geological structures with your naked eye. Like, from your vantage point, the moon looks like it's close to 3 feet in diameter.
Can make out things like craters and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Is it red?
Craters, no, it's not red. Mountain ranges.
Does it also look like a rabbit holding a basket?
No.
That's probably good.
That's probably for the best. Should we travel towards the moon?
The moon.
I mean,
Let me make a quick religion check.
and since
'Cause
this
I would
is like
honestly-
we're traveling based on stars, right? Can I help him with that as well?
He's doing a religion check, so unless you're
Oh, okay,
proficient in
wait.
religion, no.
Okay. Got it.
Ooh.
23.
23.
Big money.
Like has been pointed out to you, I mean, there's different ways you could interpret this. You could interpret it the way that they're speaking. You know, the moon goddess telling you to head towards her could potentially mean head towards the moon. However, you, at the quick glance, you do see the constellations in the symbols of the different planes of the Great Wheel of Cosmology. And you would know that Sehanin's home plane is Arborea. So it is possible head towards the symbol of Arborea or head towards the moon. You're not sure which way to interpret that.
Right. Home plane is... and I think you said that's where she dwells now?
Correct. As far as you are aware, yes. If you look into the sky, the moon is almost directly overhead, but it's slightly, maybe if straight up is 12 o'clock, you're probably looking at about like 9:30, 10 o'clock over the lake.
Rooked slightly.
Megati, Megatai, Megator, Megator.
Would it surprise you guys at all to hear that I think we should head towards the constellation of Arborea, where Sunny Mumbo dwells?
No, because I did ask about the constellation.
That's not surprising in the slightest.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Which
Well,
looks over at Gwen.
Yes.
Yeah?
Are you asking if I think it's a good idea? I mean, I typically
looks-
refer to you.
Butch looks over at the ranger.
Can I
The ranger
roll?
gives you the buddy Jesus.
Gotta love the Jesus.
I'm not proficient in religion, but because I was raised maybe learning things via osmosis, like, is there any way I can help him confirm his decision?
I mean, you can try rolling religion, but
You can give me the secret wood elf code that means yes.
I mean, we could also do the summon beast thing where we can
Not
have
sure.
like an air traveling thing kind of go a little bit ahead of us to kind of maybe warn us if from the air.
Oh, I could
If we
also.
might run into
I think
something.
that's a wise decision.
So I'll do that.
Butch, you have historically known way more about Sahanin than I have, and I trust you wholeheartedly.
How long does the summon spell last?
An hour.
How long does your familiar last, Elric?
It takes an hour for me to cast, but
Ah.
then it's out indefinitely until it sustains damage.
So maybe
If
we
you
can just
can't
have
cast
mine
that
out
while
for
you're-
an hour while you're preparing. Like, is that
We have
then
to
we're
stay
then we're
still.
covered?
No, I can carry him. I can carry him.
Pretty sure we've done that before.
Yeah, you can ride on my back. It's cool. You don't weigh much.
Quite cozy.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, no, but this is this not a realm of change and wonderment where risks are taken and rewards are gained?
I feel like a tea
Right.
party.
To that effect, Rhett,
Hmm.
why don't you try summoning a bird of your own? It'll take you much less time to do it than it would take me.
Ooh, what about a majestic bird horse? Those are
I don't
fanciful,
think-
aren't they?
I don't think we have
it just like
those.
gives you like air.
I don't know.
No,
Would it be
Pegasus?
helpful?
Yeah,
mean, like,
so
if
Elric can ride it.
Well, I mean, technically, and I hate to just be like, hey, Mick, what is it? But at the same time, I don't know what is of this land. So I don't think I get to decide that, right?
Which spell are you using?
Summon Beast.
Summon
it's
Beast.
on, Hungry.
I
I'm not
could
sure
also.
Elric's up to riding anything after losing his beanbag.
Oh my god.
You know, I think
it's
it'd
a
make it
sore
more
spot for
comfortable,
him.
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm getting these jokes. That one's about suffering.
So here's
Would
the
it-
thing.
Melissa's really close to having a new general.
Here's the thing. The creature resembles an animal of your choice that is native to the chosen environment. You have no idea what is native to this chosen environment currently.
Those little things we just fought.
But those weren't beasts.
Blink dogs.
No, weren't beasts.
Aren't blink dogs native here?
You cannot tell me that there's
All right.
like an
so
elk
can I
in
do
this
this
place
instead?
somewhere.
Are we doing the hut or not? Did we make a decision on that?
No hut.
Okay.
It was too
Because I
ambiguous.
guess
so
the
that
other
didn't work.
option would be is I can send my unseen servant out to see if they see beasts to gather that information and communicate that. Like, and then that's the beast that would be chosen and hope for the best.
One thing about the unseen servant, it is a mindless, shapeless force that performs simple tasks.
I
Okay,
think you
Rhett,
just-
what if I...
Imagine something, and then the realm comes up with something
Yeah.
close.
I
What
don't
about
know anything from like songs of my father or writings of my mother. I don't know
You
anything.
can do a history check real quick and see what you can remember.
Woof. Can I give myself bardic die for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
you
if we
can.
were in the land
What about-
before time, and you imagine an alligator, we might get a dinosaur instead. That could talk.
Alligator is a dinosaur.
Alligator is a dinosaur.
You get a chicken.
What about
Fine.
Bo? Let's see if Bo knows this area.
I can absolutely try.
I do miss Bo Hansen.
It's like,
I can...
All right, wish me luck. in this
I like how we're
situation.
self-curating to our DM. I can certainly try.
Oh, whoops.
Wait. Okay, this was
That was
it rolled
purely
that I didn't roll
unintentional.
my history.
It
but I
rolled it
rolled
as a
18
beast.
on one of them.
It rolled as a bestial spirit. What?
That was stupid. Let
Yeah,
me
because
try
your
again, I
bestial
guess.
spirit has a -3, so why is it doing it at...
Fuck me. I don't know why
At
it's doing that
advantage.
because it sucks. I rolled an 18, which
Yeah,
would have
that's
been
fine.
a dirty.
That's fine. We'll go with the
What
18.
about
We can
Rusty's
change
Foreman?
the modifier to go along with your history check. What's your history modifier? Plus
Well, that's just
2.
weird. On my sheet on Beyond, it says +2, but in Foundry, it says
-3 because it's
Oh.
going. It's using the bestial spirit that you just summoned.
oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would be a dirty 20. So you're looking for like the memory of a flying creature.
Of a flying creature, and the
I mean,
way.
there's nothing specific that comes to mind. However, you know that there's like multicolored birds and stuff like that. You could probably potentially do like imagine the Fey version of like a giant hawk or something.
Oh.
So, is that what you're attempting?
Yes.
So you attempt to summon this beast that, as it comes into being, at first it looks very familiar as a giant hawk type creature. But then as soon as it takes corporeal form and it starts shifting and almost looking like it's in agony, and it's kind of twisting and convulsing slightly. And then you notice that the colors start popping from the brown and whites and kind of black markings to more vibrant like pinks and purples and reds and yellows. And you see these long, almost like peacock-like plumage coming from the back as this like fiery red head with a yellow beak emerges. And then it's standing there, this like weird amalgamation of what you would imagine a peacock and like almost like a firebird that was not a phoenix that was not on fire. Like just this weird, colorful something that you see
Like a 1977 Firebird, or
yeah, totally. Like something like basically the outfit of a drag queen in bird form.
all right. So
want that
Elton
bird.
John
So
in his orange,
and it's just
costume.
sitting there staring at you, kind of like tilting its head side to side, like.
Hey, Nick,
What?
we got one of those subs
I
you were
know.
asking for.
I just saw it. Thanks to
Yeah,
whomever
more.
that was. 8 more. Let's do 8 more while we're on the stream. Come on, guys.
Let's go.
All right. So now you have this very colorful bird with you.
If you all want me to get Bo out, I am happy to. Happy to do it.
I mean, he might be from this hood.
Didn't you have a conversation with Bo about what he knows in the Feywild?
Yeah, but he said he only knew his area.
Right.
He couldn't tell me about the Feywild at large. But for the purposes of like, hey, do you recognize this area? What's this creature? Like, I feel like I could maybe leverage him for that. Now, I can't do it very often. So, and it
long does
uses
he
my
stay?
wild shape. He stays for 5 hours, which I believe is also how long my wild shape lasts. But that is, yeah, 5 hours. It uses my wild shape, so if we think it would be more helpful for me to be able to turn into something like a giant eagle or a horse or something, then maybe we can serve it.
I mean,
Since we now have this, and I gesture towards the bird.
I think a guide from here would be most helpful.
If we're not in his neck of the woods, I don't think he's going to be able to help us based on what he told me.
He
last
may
time.
not know like the area, but he knows how things go in this realm. Is what I mean.
I am going to summon Bo. And I do that.
And you do that. See this little baby mushroom guy? Oh.
Hi, buddy. Been a little while. Did I catch you mid dishes again?
No. What's going on? What do you need?
Look!
Yeah.
I gesture wildly about me.
He
You didn't have to go far, eh?
kind of looks around. He's like, well, okay, where are we?
The Feywilds,
Interesting. Okay.
which is where you're from, right?
I think so.
Do you know where we are?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Do you think that, is there anything, maybe just tips and tricks from living here that you might advise? Anything you've seen other travelers do?
I usually don't see travelers. We kind of hide out and try not to be disturbed.
Okay. Do you want to hang out for a bit?
Sure, I always like hanging out with you.
My buddy. Okay. And then I give him a big old hug like he's a stuffed animal. And then I walk around with him.
Just kind of like
Just in a circle.
leaning his head against you and just kind of like reveling in the embrace.
I got nothing, but I'm thrilled right now. So, sorry. Maybe we run into something over the next 5 hours.
Start walking.
Yep.
Which direction
We're
are
going-
you walking?
Towards the constellation.
Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find the constellation.
Can I make a check with all my study on the planes if I recognize that constellation myself?
You can make either a history or religion check.
Did Butch not see the constellation?
You have yet to look for the constellation.
Oh, I thought it appeared to me. Okay. Well, I will give you advantage by giving you help then.
Well, that was just
in the
that
right
was
direction.
Arnin's
That was see if I
history.
recognize it.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
are
okay.
not sure. So yeah.
You
I'll
describe
tell you what
to
it
me.
looks like.
Okay. Okay.
So
Can I give Arnon aid?
so you're explaining him what it looks like?
Yes, I'm doing the help action, so he may have advantage on his roll.
Okay.
And perception then?
Right. Yeah. I meant anyone looking for it can roll for perception, but if you would like to just help Arnon, that's fine. He can take
I'll
point
look too.
on
Yeah,
sky
Rex should
seeing.
look too.
I'll look.
So after Butch explains the look of it,
That's a 22 for me.
Only
28
28
for
for
Rhett.
me.
28 for Rhett and a 22.
If anyone points it out, I can probably confirm yes or no.
Okay, so you look up through the sky and you see quite a few different constellations. You see, and knowing more or less that these are constellations that are supposed to resemble the signs of the plains, you know, it takes a second, but you start looking and it's almost like those cheesy science shows you see where it's like the picture and then suddenly the lines like fade in and fade out to like connect the stars into the constellation. And you see throughout the sky, you start seeing images of like, you see an image of that almost looks like a sun burst. You see an image of that is like a triangle with a line through it. You see one that almost has like an hourglass style, like a hard angled hourglass look. One that's like I said the other day, like almost like the Wi-Fi signal with like the dot and the concentric rings going up above it. You see one that looks like a tree. One that almost has the outline of a like stick figure beast of some sort, four-legged animal with a small tail and a neck, and between the beast and the tree in that general area, about, if from your original vantage point, about a third of the way into the forest on the left, you see what appears to be a constellation of almost like a mountain range with one central peak, which you would know is which Butch would know is the sign for Arborea.
There it is.
Rhett, with a 28, what you see, not only do you notice these constellations, but you notice that in that general vicinity, and you're right past the line of twilight, like right where the light has ended, and you see the stars in the sky. You look out, and probably about halfway between the symbol for Arborea and the one that looked like a beast, you see something in the sky, like a floating dark mass. You're not sure if to your eyes it's only a couple, maybe an inch and a half. It looks like just like almost like a dark circle floating in that area, kind of seems to be moving slightly from left to right.
There appears to be a dark circle or aberration moving around in this direction. I want to also point out where we're trying to head to, who I'm now going to call Bernie, who's the bird. And let it know
Bernie.
that that's where we're headed. And I want it to go, because it obeys my commands.
Correct.
And without action. So I'd like it to go about 20 feet in front of us, so that it can warn us of dangers and things that it sees ahead.
Sure. All right. Fantastic. So it kind of like looks at you and it kind of coos a little like, and then takes off and flies off about 20 feet in front of you, and just kind of like makes a few circles and just kind of stays like kind of going back and forth left to right, just kind of mowing the grass
Keep
almost.
itself as concealed as possible whilst doing this.
Okay, you can roll a stealth check for the bright neon colored bird that's flying in the open sky.
Isn't it dark though?
It's like Twilight. It's not dark. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Golden
saying because
hour.
like, yeah, like.
If it's golden
Can
hour,
I-
isn't the sky like pink?
well. See, the thing about the Feywild is it's very segmented. Like if you're headed that way towards where Arborea, the constellation for Arborea is, you're kind of walking on the line of
Already?
Twilight.
20.
Nice. You're walking on. That's your stealth, not its stealth. But we'll fix that in a second.
Oh Jesus.
You're walking on the line of Twilight, and if you look to the right, it's almost like daytime. And you can see the sun setting. If you look straight ahead of you or straight behind, you have almost that pinkish hued sky, and then the further off to the left you go, the darker the sky gets. But you can
Saying hue.
you can kind of tell that it's never really going to change. It's kind of like, no matter if you turned left and walked for hours, you would probably still be in the same light.
So depending what angle someone's looking at that bird from, it could be really easy to see, maybe not so easy to see, or really easy to see again.
Correct. So with your so that would actually be a 17 because it's a +2 to, or wait, stealth. Sorry. Stealth is a +0, so it's a 15. Still not bad.
Alric, if you're casting that spell, did you want uppies?
No.
Okay. If
I
you
want
summon a
uppies.
wagon, I can pull it.
In the stream chat, I found a GIF of Lindsay's bird.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
that's
amazing.
fantastic.
This is Sam.
that
Yeah,
bird.
that's Sam. That's Sam.
Oh no.
Of course it
It's
is.
fabulous.
Oh.
All right. So,
Stunning.
are you guys walking towards the constellation now?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes. Let's.
that's why I'm offering Alric.
As you guys continue to walk, you're probably about a quarter of a mile or so from the tree line. Takes you a little bit of time. You make it to the border of this dense forest with no visible pathway, no visible like path or road through this forest. You see these trees ranging from a couple inches thick to 5 feet, 6 feet thick, anywhere from, little saplings that are 2 or 3 feet tall to giant, 50, 75 foot tall behemoths of trees. Anywhere you see bark from dark browns to reds to deep purples, leaves of all colors, blues, greens, yellows, reds, oranges from all of these different trees. You know that the constellation is forward, but there's no path forward. What do you do?
I assume that's based on our passive perception.
What?
The description you just gave
Yeah,
us.
I mean, that's based on your passive, just looking at it.
Can I roll survival, given the lay of the land, to look for? I don't know if there are deer here.
Game trail,
If there's
basically.
any equivalent game trails.
Yeah, sure. Roll a survival check.
Dirty 20.
Again, you don't really notice a specific trail, but you have a pretty good idea of how to navigate through this area. It's going to be difficult terrain, but you are pretty confident that you can find at least a somewhat suitable path through this in the direction you need to go.
I'll suggest this and double check with the ranger. See what she thinks.
I'd like to, while they're looking, see off in the distance, see if I have any hint of like a road or something maybe we are traveling parallel to.
Go ahead and make a perception.
I mean,
almost said
is our
performance.
bird giving us any indication of there being a road?
You just told it to fly 20 feet ahead of you and check for like creature
Cool, I wanted
or
to
anything.
also find a road now.
23.
23. You do not see or here. Okay. Going back, the bird has not said anything about or has not made any indication of a road. Arnon, with the 23, you do not notice like a road close to where you are. Actually, you don't see one, period. However, with the 23, you start seeing, and after Rhett pointed it out, you do notice it's kind of difficult to see now because of your proximity to the trees, but every once in a while in the distance, you do see that floating object in the sky.
It's, wait, above the tree line?
So, no. Actually, no. From this angle, you wouldn't be able to see it because of the trees.
Okay.
Because it was in front of you. It was far off into the distance in front of you. You're too close to the trees now at this point.
All right. How long has Rhett's summon been out?
It's only been maybe 15 minutes at this point, at most.
Okay. I think we have to go through these woods, but my concern is us losing our direction while we're in them. So maybe it would be a good time for Elric to summon his familiar that could fly above the trees.
I've been trying to help him, dude.
Make sure we can stay on track.
I'm going to need time.
Yeah, that's why I offered to carry you.
While Elric's doing that, I should be familiar with trees. Arnon shared that there could be living plant life. Can I do a nature trek or something like that with Bo in the area to see if I see anything that I could potentially any kind of sentient plant?
Sure.
Yeah,
Which is
I'm
in front.
a little confused about the bird
Trying to lead
situation
us.
too, because I thought that I was casting that to give Elric time because we had that hour. So
We
'cause
were moving though. He'd have to stay still. So we
Or
moved
be
towards
carried.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I
he
was
can
not
start
going to
now.
be carried.
With a 12, you don't notice anything.
Bo doesn't do anything to help me.
No. He's like, yeah, these are trees. These that's the purple tree. This is an orange tree. I'm not big into trees. I don't really know. This one's a red tree. That's a little tree. I like that one. It's little.
Tonight on Tree Talk.
What are you big on there, Bo? What tickles your fancy?
I kind of like mushrooms.
Same.
Shocking. I should have guessed that.
I'm leading the party towards the path that seems best.
Are you going to wait for Elric to cast his familiar?
I don't know.
Or are you just...
Is he actually going to do that? Or is
I'm
yours-
doing it.
Wait, you just sitting down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fine.
I mean, I guess then that means I'll just break the concentration on Bernie so I don't lose him later. Like, should I just call him back? Because I don't want to waste that hour.
I mean,
It's
it's
spent.
already spent anyway,
Yeah.
so...
Okay.
I mean,
You might as well.
He
Can
can
look
do a
out.
good job
Right, he
looking
can
out
just
for...
like
enemies.
scout for us, I guess. Like all
Sure.
right, so now I guess what I'll use Bernie for is he can just do a circle and just keep an eye out for anything that might be approaching us so that we're not caught off guard.
Go ahead and make
Absolutely. It is not a waste at all.
Not
That's
at all.
really important.
Go ahead and make a perception check with Bernie. Go ahead and just roll a d20. And then his wisdom was +2.
Ability check?
Just roll a d20 and add 2 to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn it.
Edgar the Raven familiar? What the fuck?
Yes.
Nice.
That
All right, so 16.
16. All right, so you send Bernie out with his mittens.
His mittens.
He
I don't understand the joke.
doesn't pass for any bills.
The Bernie Sanders meme where he's sitting there in the chair with his mittens.
No. See, this was so Elton John and Bernie, his lyricist. That's the Bernie joke.
it's a
Okay.
very
yeah.
different Bernies.
Your knowledge
Yeah.
is way deeper than mine.
Yeah, I just
I
knew.
mean, I'm a bard. Of course, it's going to be a music
Yeah.
reference.
Yep.
Bernie, the first thing I went to was Sanders.
Of course.
So, anyway, Bernie.
Same
I
here.
went rudimentary. He looks like a firebird Bernie.
I mean,
Like,
that
I am
too,
at the
but
shallowest level of the joke.
But Bernie
just happened
Taupin
to
is Elton John's lyricist.
I just happened to get a memory of the Bernie Sanders memes today.
nice.
On
So,
Facebook.
so
funny.
you send Bernie to fly out, and after a few minutes, they come back, and I'm not sure how Bernie communicates with you, but we'll just say that Bernie informs
Dance.
you that with his 16 perception, he does see there are areas of the forest ahead of you where he can't make out what it is, but there's things rustling, there's movement. He sees quite a few areas spread throughout the general vicinity where the underbrush is kind of rustling slightly or the treetops are moving.
Yo, we got some rustling underbrush ahead.
All right, Nick.
FYI.
Butch
The
would like to
underbrush
stand,
is a rustling.
based upon this new information, stand next to our wizard and look as intimidating as possible.
Okay.
And I
25.
just want Bernie to continue to circle to let us know if there's anything approaching.
Okay.
I just want him to
Yeah.
lock them.
I want to stand on
Doesn't-
the opposite side of Elric and look as friendly as possible with both. So just in case we got both things covered.
Fantastic. Yeah, there's no rustling in the immediate vicinity, but quite a little bit further out. Nothing that seems to be an immediate threat, but just in the forest itself, there's different areas where things are rustling. Butch looks
Orpheus, could you
Butch
also
looks scary.
stand over here?
Sure.
I need you to look
Stand
as
on
mad
the-
as possible.
Stand on the mean side. This is the good cop side. So
Okay, good cop, bad cop, mad cop.
we
Is
also need a
Elton out
sad cop.
Yeah, Elton's out too.
Stand over here.
I'll be a sad cop.
So it takes you
Really covering all of our bases.
about an hour
Be an emo
passes.
cop.
Yeah. Arnon moves his hair
Axe cop.
in front of his eye. I have no idea what just happened. Anyway,
It-
Nick Offerman is Axe Cop. I will absolutely be Axe Cop because I have 2 axes, so I'll be Axe Cop.
Elric, about an hour passes. What form is your familiar taking?
the form of a raven from the Fey realm.
Edgar the Raven familiar?
Edgar the Raven.
So this raven appears, and then the same thing happens where it starts almost like you hear the bones kind of cracking and crunching as it kind of like convulses slightly. And instead of this big, beautiful creature, it turns into this like, you see this like almost goo dripping from its side. You see one of its eyes go pale white. You see the beak with a large crack through the side of it. The body in like this odd stage of molting, where it's like half the feathers are gone, and it's just
Weird.
We need to. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Does it have anything to do with that black spot?
Oh, did she tell us about the black spot?
I noticed it.
Spot.
Oh,
What
no, I
black
didn't.
spot?
Trees.
Well, yeah, she told you about it.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
The black spot.
Why is it making everything worse?
You don't know if it
fly.
has to do with the spot or not. It's just
I'm
Fey
in
realm.
full-blown conspiracy theory. Everything's connected, and everything hates me in particular.
Oh no, the Shadowfell has followed you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it still fly?
it still flies.
Okay.
And at this point,
Does
Bernie
it just
has
look terribly
faded.
sickly?
Yeah, it looks like if you could imagine a hag as a raven. And you know, some of you know from research of the Feywild is not all immaculate, beautiful, colorful creatures. The Feywild is a mix of like the majestic and the terrifying.
Red
So is that
caps
just
and
what it looks like
trolls.
here?
R/thanks, I hate it.
Have you ever summoned this form outside of the Feywild, Elric?
Never. Usually when I summon things, they arrive as intended.
Honestly, I'm impressed.
I mean, that's just how it looks here.
I mean, this seems like a nice, beautiful, like, outer shell of cotton candy with, like, a molten inside of eldritch horror. I'm not surprised, honestly. Kind of into it, but...
There's beauty in all the gods' creatures.
Butch, make a deception check.
Butch honestly
I mean,
doubts
if y'all
that,
want me
though.
to lie, I got some good deception.
That is a great gift, Chris. That is fantastic.
If you join Patreon, if you join our
I don't-
Patreon, you get access to the Discord channel so you can see all the gifts that they're talking about.
The gif I frequently troll my brother, who's a Ravens fan, with.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, gonna
Somebody,
favorite that for later.
somebody fucking kill me. Is what I'm assuming this Raven's thinking. This is... Oh no.
I mean, that just legitimately looks like any raven in actual Baltimore as someone that
Oh.
worked in Baltimore.
F your
Like,
birds.
So,
like
Oh,
that just
man,
looks like
that's
real life. That's
fantastic.
probably
What-
M&T Bank
what
Stadium's
are
parking
you
lot,
doing?
actually.
I'm waiting for Elric to wait. Did Elric finish his thing?
Yeah,
I
it's-
finished, and
Yeah.
I've been spending the last 5 minutes lamenting the form of the creature I summoned.
Boo hoo.
Is it asking you what its purpose is?
I
Is it
will
lamenting any answer you give?
I will both boo and who. If the Feywild keeps this up,
Bird's like,
Kill me.
Well, let's keep going. I'm
let's.
pretty sure there's a path down here or at least a way.
I'm going to, as we travel, attempt to send Edgar up above the tree line to get a bird's eye view.
Fantastic.
It's
Bird's
now
eye
been
view.
about an hour and a half.
I'm gonna activate
yeah.
my sun sword in case we need a machete type.
Fantastic.
clearing.
Healing word this poor bird before it does anything.
You can certainly try.
You think you need a true resurrection for that?
You know,
thing.
everything else that I've suggested or done tonight has been really great. So let's all hold
You've
on
been
to it, I
doing
guess.
fantastic. Everything you've done is
Oh,
fine.
yeah. I mean, it never hurts to have a lookout.
Save for the fact
Especially
that you
if you
didn't
can tell us
get
where not to
you
go.
didn't get my mittens reference. That's the only thing that you failed at today.
Because it was not the reference that is the point.
So are you
Then Bernie.
okay?
Yep.
Are you switching vision, or are you just sending him out to scout?
I'm sending him up for now.
Okay.
I figure when we find a place to stop, then I'll switch vision for a
You
minute.
see it off to.
If you want to switch vision, I could just carry you.
I'll consider it later.
So
Yes.
Edgar flies up above the tree line. Flies forward. You're just sending him ahead slightly of where you are.
Ahead and up.
Ahead and up.
More up than ahead. I'll say that.
All right. Are you all entering into the forest?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Is now a good time for pass without
Oh, is my,
trace?
my guy poofed now? Because that was
Yes.
an hour. So
Yeah,
my
your
guy's
guys.
gone right now,
Your
right?
guys poofed.
Can you
Or should
we-
remove then?
Bang pots and pans.
Yes.
Anytime's good for pass without a trace, but we're going to be traveling for a lot more than an hour.
I know.
So,
Well, I mean, but a few of us have passed without a trace, right? So I can change my concentration to that since I'm losing Bernie.
if it
What do you
took
want
him
me
an
to do?
hour to summon that, Bernie's already gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so since I don't
Yeah.
have to do that anymore, I can do pass without a trace since Bernie's gone. If you want me to take the first round of pass without a trace.
That's fine with
Yes,
me.
yeah.
I can follow it up whenever it drops.
Fantastic.
I mean, it also depends on whether or not we want to go meet these people that are in the woods.
What?
If
That's
we
a
need a
good
guide. Elric,
What
aren't
do
you
you
able to
do?
look through the eyes of your familiar to see who people are?
Mm-hmm.
So are we PWT or am I holding on to it?
PWT.
I like the idea of you casting Pass Without a Trace because I would much rather us see them first than they see us first.
All right, cool. PWT in effect.
Go ahead and roll your
Oh.
pass without a trace, and
Put my hood up.
everybody roll stealth for me.
Oh no,
Do I get
stealth.
apply active effects?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know.
Sneaky cheeks.
Sneaky cheeks.
Sneaking them cheeks.
We really didn't need to bring that back.
It never went away.
What?
That is not what I should have happened on mine. I borked it, it appears.
Yeah, you added 10 twice, so that's supposed to be 26.
I just put 10 into the situational bonus because I didn't realize it would do it on.
Oh my god!
That's a 43.
43?
And I got a 30.
Rhett got a 30, Arnon got a 43, Elric got an 18, Orpheus got a 24,
I
Butch
can't
got a
find where I went.
27, and Gwen got a 26. 26.
Even,
We are the
even
sneakiest
Arden doesn't
cheeks.
know
Gwen-
where he is.
Gwen accidentally added 10 twice, so Gwen's actually
we're not even
26.
sure if the cheeks exist. They're so sneaky.
So,
My
The
God.
cheeks may have disappeared. We may have worked them right
can
off.
hear them.
shocker,
It's fine.
shocker, Sneaky Cheeks is the worst in the stealth game today.
Who would have guessed that the one everyone's calling Sneaky Cheeks is bad at it?
So, as you
I
guys...
hate to be the one to point it out, but you are the one who made the joke the first.
Yeah,
time.
you did. You did, Elric.
You
And
did
no
it to
offense.
yourself.
You might be bad at it, but you're good at everything else.
All right, so
Not
No
everything.
offense, but you're really great.
as
Like one of
you
those
all
ironic names.
as you all disappear into the shadows, following Butch's lead into the forest, we're gonna go ahead and take our break real quick because it's 10 till 10, so, or well 12 till 10, close enough. Anyway, we'll be back in about 10 o'clock or about 10 minutes. So stick with us, and we will be right back. And we are back. Thanks for sticking with us for that quick break. Now, let's continue. As you guys enter into this dense, dark forest, feeling seemingly unseen as best as you can, some of you even having trouble finding your high elf blood hunter compatriot, you start meandering into this forest. It is very deep. It is very cluttered, overgrown, I guess would be the better word to use. It's slow going. This is difficult terrain to the extreme. Undergrowth clawing at your feet, thorns, close quarters between trees as you're kind of meandering and weaving back and forth. It's tough, but you are making progress. As you continue, 15, 20 minutes in, you feel like you're pushing through. It's hard, but you're pushing in. You're starting to see.
Is anybody else getting static, or is that my headphones?
I think it's your headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing.
You're starting to see you keep looking over your shoulder to where you entered. And you're starting to see less and less of the tree line to the point where everywhere around you now is fully wooded. It would be very easy to get turned around and get lost. Anything specific you're doing while you're entering this forest?
I'm being watchful.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Is
roll.
that perception?
Yep, go ahead and roll perception checks. Butch leading the pack
7.
with a 7.
I think I'd also be with as stealthy as I'm feeling, like ranging out.
Absolutely. Oh my
But staying
God.
within the pass without a trace.
Jesus Christ. You guys are not very perceptive right now.
For perception
Brett's
check.
doing
I
well.
mean,
Orpheus is going to
I got that
activate his dark
dirty
blessing
flame.
on his blade.
Dark
to
blessing?
Get some temp health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elric and Butch, it's hard to see the forest through the trees, as it were. You
Sure.
are walking through, you see these vines, leaves in your face. You're kind of pushing through, trying to be mindful of your stealth as well, so you're not, rustling too much. And with that, makes your slow going even slower as you're trying not to move around and disturb the foliage around you. Orpheus with a 7 as well. Not really coming up with much. Arnon can't really see much past a few feet away from you. Gwen and Rhett, as you're walking, you do notice ahead of you, kind of off to the right, you notice a little bit of a rustle. And Rhett, for a second, you smell something. It's a real quick whiff. And
Ugh.
you notice
Like-
tobacco.
Huh. Lovely.
Like the smell of lit tobacco for just a split second before it fades.
A spliff second.
God damn it.
That was
That's what that's
perfection.
called.
Lift second, tobacco whiff.
As
What do they
soon
call
as
that in Lord of the Rings? It's something weed.
Toby, old Toby. The
Pipe
finest pipe weed in the South
pipe
Farthing.
Yeah. Thank you.
South Farthing, sorry, I forgot the TH.
In the wheel of time, it's tabak.
Tobacco.
It's
when I
it's a whiff
That
of old
sounds more
Toby.
Klingon than anything for some reason.
Tabak.
Like that sounds like what
It's
Klingon
like when
would
you're
call
smoking
tobacco.
worms.
Yeah.
when I
They
see
require tobacco.
What are you saying, Gwen?
when I see the rustling that I see, is Arnon more than 30 feet away from us?
No, Arnon, I don't think you've ever moved more than 30 feet away.
You said
from
you were
him, right?
kind of skirting around.
I'm staying
right?
within pass without a trace range.
Okay. I'm gonna speak into Arnon's head. I'm gonna use my telepathy, and I'm just gonna say rustling, and I'm gonna point, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, look at me," and then I'm gonna think rustling, and point in the direction that I heard it from, so that maybe he can stealthily investigate or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I'll hit that way she's pointing.
And I'm just gonna be like, "Do you guys smell that?"
Make another
you
perception
do that?
check for me.
Me?
Everybody?
Yes.
Or-
No, Arnon.
Oh, I wanted to smell it.
Jesus, how about an 11 that time?
Yeah, you don't. You don't know. You kind of head over towards where the rustling was. There's nothing there that you notice.
I'd like to use my special turtle smell.
That's not a thing.
I got a 19 on the roll.
The smell that Rhett was talking about is faded at this point.
Aw.
Do I know what direction it came from though, right? Like smell, like
You just know it just wafted through your. You didn't. It wasn't really there long enough for you to kind of pinpoint a direction so much as it just passed by your nose. You are not a bloodhound.
gonna
I'm
just
sorry.
mention everybody that I smelled tobacco, and I feel like we're not alone.
Hearing that,
Bah.
I'm going to switch vision to my raven above the tree line to
Okay.
see if I can see anything from
Go
up
ahead
there.
and do a Raven perception check for me.
Gwen, can you turn me into a wolf?
Is that your rave check?
No, I can turn into.
Can
a
I help
wolf,
him as a ranger
Ooh,
with
that
that
would be
roll,
cool.
please?
Not from
Nope, it's not a
where he is.
fucking
Not
talking
not while
caterpillar.
he's up in the familiar.
Okay.
Talking caterpillar that eats through all the fruit.
Yeah, I hope it's not one of them fucking things. And then I like to toke it.
With an
It's a
11,
whopping 11.
with an 11 perception check, you don't notice anything around where you are. However, being up in the sight of the Raven, you do notice that spot, that the damn spot that Rhett pointed out has started to get closer. Still, from
That-
from your Raven's perspective, probably only maybe like 2 inches in diameter. Seems pretty far off still. Just looks like a
Is it-
dark spot.
Does it look like it's traveling towards us, or we're just closer?
With an 11, you have no idea.
I see that spot. It seems closer, but I don't know if it's approaching or if it's us approaching.
That damned spot.
Out, damn spot.
We keep it classy here.
Yes, classy murder guild.
We cheek it classy.
Don't remember, or don't forget, everybody. We have a goal. If we need 8 more subs before this stream ends in an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes. So if you are watching on anything, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Kick, make sure to go to youtube.com/@thosenatural1s and hit that subscribe button to help us get to that 600 mark before the end of the night. Thank you. Anyway, back to you guys.
Do we keep moving?
Yeah.
Butch, go ahead and make me another survival check.
I'll be happy to.
You need assistance from the ranger?
I would always like assistance.
With a 24, you don't really need
24.
it. At least you
I was gonna
don't.
say I never know if I'm allowed.
Survival,
Anytime
finding
I'm
your
allowed
way.
assistant, let me know.
Whenever
will
we're
assist.
trying to find our way through, there's some terrain you're allowed.
Yeah.
As a
Sweet.
ranger.
So
Got it.
with a 25 or 24, you feel still pretty confident. You're staying in the same direction, staying in the right direction towards the constellation you were following. Although now that you are getting deeper and deeper into this forest, the canopy has become increasingly thick, and it is damn near impossible to see the stars. So you're relying on your sense of direction, your internal compass, as it were. But with a 24, you still feel pretty confident that you're heading in a at least moderately straight line.
Good.
So as you all continue, you make your way for another 45 minutes or so, continuing to kind of gingerly step between brush and vines and squeeze between trees. You are aware of the fact that your pass without a trace is probably about to wear off. So, as that falters and you feel that, Rhett, you feel that energy of pass without a trace fall. Excuse me.
Someone else needs to PWT.
I think Gwen said she was
Well,
going
Gwen
to
is
do
AFK.
it, but she is AFK currently, so hopefully she's...
She would. She already said that
she said she
once.
would, so let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and where is pass without a trace?
Or
Where the fuck?
what? If you will, pass without a trace.
Arnon, did you hear about the amateur monk?
I'm sorry, he's breaking you.
She was elf taught.
I wasn't ready.
What?
She was obsessed with elf defense.
Casting what?
What? What?
All right, so as
I'm sorry, twat?
Rhett's pass without a trace ends and Gwen casts hers, I need everyone to roll another stealth check.
Oh no.
You're on fire, man. You are on fire.
And
I'm
we
glad I
would
pointed
never
out
know because he's
specifically
so
that I put my hood
stealthy.
Wow.
We would never know if he was on fire. We can't see him.
And I will
so
do
We wouldn't
18,
even be able to feel the warmth.
18,
Piece of fucking-
43.
stationary bonus plus
17, Elric.
Hey,
We're not even in
It did it again.
the Underdark, man.
It did,
I'm like right
You did the same
behind
thing
the
yeah, I
fighter.
did the same thing you did. All right.
And I
so-
got the same roll.
Yeah, you did. So Butch with an 18, Arnon with a fucking 43 again, Rhett with an
Amazing.
18, Orpheus with an 18, Elric with a 17, and Gwen with a 26. As you all continue, you feel relatively stealthy. I would like one of you for this next leg of your journey as you continue through this incredibly thick forest. One of you roll a D100 for me.
I'll do it.
That always goes
Make the
well.
human do
Can
it.
I give that person anything?
No, because this is a random table.
Do. Oh yeah, don't
A
have me do
random
it.
table?
I killed
The
Terrence.
table is random?
That's a 24.
So, as you are walking, and as you are making your way through this, you find yourself, you continue forward for about another 15, 20 minutes. Again, gingerly stepping through the undergrowth and trying not to disturb too much of the plant life around you. About 15, 20 minutes pass, and you find the tree line, or the trees, the spacing between the trees growing larger to the point where things start thinning out, and you see a very small clearing ahead of you, probably no bigger than 6-7 feet in diameter, but large enough to where you can see a little bit of moonlight coming through.
Is that it? Is that the grove?
I can't imagine to be so close to where we entered.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Is there anything else in that clearing?
Yeah, you want me to check it out?
Can I investigate?
Whomever wants to.
How about the both of you do it?
So are you entering the clearing?
I'd like to sneak up to the edge and do my investigation.
Okay.
Check it out.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Didn't I?
No, you
I
did an
didn't.
investigation check. Are you, Arette, are you entering the clearing, or are you following Arnon?
I'll follow behind Arnon since he's so stealthy.
Okay.
I got a 28.
So the two of you walk to the edge of this clearing. Looking in to the clearing, you don't notice anything special about it. It's short grass, patches of dirt, couple maybe basketball-sized boulders sitting around. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a circular clearing. A few short, like saplings, dotting the edge of it before it goes into more larger trees, and you do see like that sliver of moonlight coming down.
No circles of mushrooms on the ground. Or
No,
anything?
no circles of
Okay,
mushrooms.
that's cool. Cool. Just say it looks fine.
As you're looking,
Forward.
through this, do you look up to the sky to see roughly where you are, or this might be a good opportunity to get your bearings, or you can continue into the forest and leave the.
I was planning on going in the clearing. Yeah.
You are going in the clearing. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go into the clearing and look around, you feel bathed in that moonlight. You look up to the sky. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. 11.
You look up to the sky and you see, like, you almost feel choked up, and you feel like the tears start welling up as you look up at this sky, more the stars, constellations. You almost see a bit of an aurora borealis effect. You see a night sky so beautiful, more beautiful than anything you've seen before, to where it takes you a second and you kind of blink a little bit, and you suddenly feel like your periphery start like wobbling a little bit, and you take a step and you don't have a lot of balance, and you look and everything's just kind of like wobbling and kind of almost spinning slightly, and it almost feels like you just came from a bender at the local tavern.
It's the spores. It's the spores.
Can I run catch him?
Yeah, you see Elric, or you see Arnon kind of start teetering and wobbling a little bit. You want to run into
I gotta go get him.
You run into the
I
clearing.
gotta get my boy.
You run into the clearing and grab him. And as you glance through, go ahead and make a... Yeah, you grab him without a problem, but go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
Orpheus.
20
with... Oh... I don't know if Butch has ever experienced being this drunk before, but
probably not.
You look up at the sky, and again, especially being a Twilight cleric of Sehanin, you know, the stars.
Why did I look at the sky?
And everything. You're in this...
Sure.
And the beauty just intoxicates you.
Is
as
it
you
possible?
start feeling
How far away are
physically
they?
intoxicated. They're probably close to the center of this maybe like 7-foot diameter clearing.
All right.
Does this
I'm
have
gonna-
a moonbow feeling?
No, it has a drunk feeling.
I'm going to attempt something.
My
When I-
con isn't enough to warn him off.
What are you trying? What'd you say?
Like I want to
I mean,
wave him back to not come in.
You can still talk. You just are. You are at this point. You are extremely intoxicated.
I'm hugging Arnon.
If he fingers him, would that make it so he's not drunk anymore?
Fancy fingers doesn't affect drunkenness.
I don't know. All right, I thought it maybe clean up since.
Something's
turtle
off
is-
in
I mean,
here.
if he vomits, you can fancy finger the vomit off of him. But but at this point, Butch and Arnon are extremely drunk.
Butch is laughing.
Orpheus is
Butch
going
is
to attempt something. He's
laughing.
gonna cast gust of wind to see if he can blow away any potential contaminants or spores or anything.
Go for it. You cast this gust of wind. The two of you feel this breeze hit you. Go ahead. The two of you make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
One of my specialities.
What's your DC, Orpheus?
I think I lost it.
Oh no.
Your DC is 15. So, Butch, you feel this wind, and even in your intoxicated state, you manage to plant your feet. Arnon, you get
He
hit
said he
with
was
this.
hugging me.
What?
I am hugging him.
He said he was hugging me. Just
Okay. Well, then, in that case, yeah, if you are grappled by him, you don't.
Is he
my legs
lifted off
just
his
fly
feet?
out.
Yeah.
Can I twirl him around?
Yes, you certainly
I
can.
twirl you around and I am laughing loud peals of laughter.
But you don't notice any change in them after the gust of wind, other than Arnon looks like a kite right now.
it's all spinning
Is-
in here.
Giving
Is
you a
there-
helicopter.
And with that spinning maneuver, go ahead and make me another Constitution saving throw, Arnon. Considering you're drunk and now spinning.
15.
You start
Uh-oh.
dry heaving a little bit, but you
I just kind of rub the top of Butch's head.
Is there any chance that we could have observed, or that I could have observed the fact that they looked up prior to acting like this.
Make a perception check.
I would also like to
23.
try to perceive
It's
something.
I mean, they looked up, but whether or not that has anything to do with it, you don't know. You did see them look up first, but whether or not you put that together, that's kind of tricky.
I think Butch is probably going to fall down on the ground and just enjoy the moment.
Butch falls while still holding Arnon, and the two of you are now laying there, and you see you're looking up towards the sky, and you see the ring of trees literally spinning around you.
Oh, he's breakdancing.
After
Okay.
seeing him vomit,
He didn't vomit.
I-
He just dry heaved. He didn't vomit.
got it. Okay. After witnessing him dry heave, whatever he did, can I... lesser restoration can cure poison, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I want to use my staff of healing on... do I have to be within touching distance of him?
Pretty
I know
sure
for
that's
cure
touch.
wounds I do.
I think lesser restoration is touch. Let me double check.
Come to
Yeah,
the
it's
circle.
touch.
Join us. Join us.
I hate that. I love Butch, but I hate that. So I won't be doing that if that's the case. Because if Butch really is acting like this, and I've never seen him act like this ever,
No,
I love that, he's
was,
happy, but I'm weirded out by it happening.
Butch didn't say join us. That was just
Lesser restoration is touch. So
Okay, I'm going
No,
to...
You've never seen Butch this drunk.
Okay, I would make the argument that I'm not giving a crap about what's happening around me or above me, and that I would be looking at Arnon, and I would be approaching Arnon and touching him with the staff and casting Lesser
okay.
Restoration.
So Arnon is laying on the ground. You walk into the middle of this. Go ahead, cast your lesser restoration, which you did. Arnon, you feel you're laying on your back here. You feel the relief for a split second. Your vision starts solidifying again. The spinnies go away, and now I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
This isn't a charmed effect, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
I need to as well,
Yes, you need to as well.
even though I specifically said I did not look up.
Yep.
Damn it.
Butch is like, hey, Gwen.
Arnon, you
23.
You feel a splitting headache, but you're all right. Gwen, you've been drunk before. You've been very drunk before, and you feel just that same way now.
Did Butch do it?
No, not yet.
No, Butch didn't
I'm
get
gonna
a-
just take a long shot here and cast protection from good and evil on the rest of us, just for something.
Okay.
that only affects one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Then me. I'm gonna cast it on me. 'Cause I love y'all, but fuck y'all.
That's
you know what I
fair.
mean? Like, I've kind of been through a lot, so like, you know.
need
Protect
to put the
yourself.
oxygen mask on yourself so you can put it on others.
See,
Exactly.
this guy gets it.
And I could always try to blow you guys out of this little opening.
Hold on.
Stop
Before you-
resisting.
But before you do that, I have an idea.
Who are you talking to? Me?
I'm
Talking to him or
talking
me?
to.
Both of us?
There's only two left.
I'm talking to Orpheus. Yes.
Listen to Elric.
Red, you keep doing what you're doing.
Let Butch make you save.
Yeah,
He's the smartest elf in the room.
Butch, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, I got another one?
Yeah.
I thought he got one because he got the lesser restoration.
He did, but also
It's that continuous
Butch-
effect that's happening.
Butch throws up all over the center, the grass right there. You're luckily.
It's a hurly-whirly.
No.
The spinnies,
Oh, no.
the
That's
spinnies
good.
finally get to you, and you just hurl all over.
I've seen the things he eats.
I'll try to like start trying to guide him out of.
He's laying on his back.
Last meal, like 15 pounds of potatoes.
Okay.
Butch is
I'm
Butch
going
is laying on his
to-
back. Gwen is, I believe, like down
I'm
on one knee right now. Didn't you say you fell down? Didn't you say you?
Yeah,
you
but
felt.
what did I turn my head to throw up?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm not Jimi Hendrix.
Whoa, that was weird.
What?
Speaking of
I got
Jimi
sorry.
Hendrix, no,
Sorry.
there was like
Too
hardcore
soon, bro.
reverb.
Too soon.
Too soon.
No,
Because
yeah,
Jimi Hendrix.
yeah, exactly. You turned your head and threw up and everything, but I'm assuming you fell on your back. Maybe you fell on your stomach. I don't know.
Oh, no. I'm definitely on my back.
Yeah, so you
By
fell.
the way, it's not letting me cast it just because it's under the mandolin and it's not letting me do anything. It's
Yeah,
super
I don't
frustrating.
know what's
I've tried
going
it like
on
3
with
different
that.
ways.
It
So-
did the same thing with her staff a couple days ago, or a couple sessions ago.
Just pay.
Fix that in post.
Either way, you're doing protection from good and evil for yourself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Elric, if you got a bright idea, let's hear it.
As a matter of fact, I have a dark idea. I'm going to cast darkness on the group that's out in this effect.
Okay.
Great.
they'll,
Why didn't you just
they'll be
cast
blind and
Sleetstorm?
drunk.
So you cast darkness in this area,
Mm-hmm.
and now Butch,
Yes.
Butch probably doesn't know, but I'm sure Perry probably knows. You know that feeling once you're to the point of being so drunk that things are spinning, and then you close your eyes.
Oh, no.
Make another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
That's disadvantage.
Oh god!
Before it
that
went
didn't
dark,
help
I
at
was
all.
trying to link arms with the two.
Yeah.
10.
And now I am the spinning.
Yeah. And Butch continues to just hurl all over the place. Gwen is not here, but I need her to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for
How much
her
did
as
you
well.
eat, buddy?
Like 25 pounds of food. You can hear Butch through,
Oh,
the,
you can hear
through the
Gwen,
vomit saying,
and Gwen is throwing up repeatedly as well now.
Elric, turn it off. Turn it off.
You
who
guys better
turned
stop
out
her.
the
You're gonna
lights?
make me do it. You're gonna make me do it.
And yeah, Arnon, you're able to, you linked arms with both of them, or?
Well, I had linked arms with Gwen, and then I was, trying to grab a hold of Butch's arm to kind of lead him out of the
Well, Butch is laying
Well,
on
until
his
the
back, so
projectile vomiting started.
yeah, both of them
yeah.
started. Arnon, make a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
Oh, since to avoid puke.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, since he is like on a rotating, like he's like a puke sprinkler right now, I'm gonna turn him on his side so that like
You
at
would
least
have
he
to
doesn't
go-
choke to death on his vom.
You would have to
You'd
go
have to go into the.
go in
Why
there.
not?
Oh,
Okay,
never
yeah.
mind. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
you're-
I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna yell, turn on your sock. No.
From
Can I use my unseen servant to turn him on his side?
Yeah, sure.
Can
the
you
dark
hear
one's
me?
You're going off a sound here, Arnon, and you're like, oh, ducking voms left and right.
Duck and vom.
I'm gonna shout. Did I, even in my drunken stupor, see Elric cast it?
You just saw the darkness take over, and you started puking, and you're still puking.
I'm still, because Elric hasn't gotten enough shit, going to scream into his mind. Please make it stop.
Wait, okay.
Please
so
make
after
it
my
stop.
unseen servant- Butch on his side.
And I just mean all of it. Just kill me. That's pretty much what Gwen is asking for at this moment.
What were you saying, Rhett?
Okay.
Can I have my unseen servant slowly drag each of them out of whatever, out of this area?
What is their strength? I don't know if they have that.
They have an AC of 10.
That doesn't tell me what their strength is. Strength of 2.
2.
Yeah, no. They can lift like a leaf.
But if they
No.
They can lift like a candle or a pen or something like that. They cannot lift a Butch or a Gwen.
Hey,
So I've
Nick,
got Gwen.
I'm gonna
on.
undo that because that's a waste of what's a
Nick,
waste.
what would you like me to roll for Butch to not panic? Because he's on his back and he can't get back on his feet.
I
Shit.
guess the win lasts for a minute, so
Wisdom check?
Okay.
Okay.
A save? Save?
Yeah,
or check?
wisdom save. Wisdom save. Let's do that.
17.
You're too drunk to panic at this
Okay.
point. You're still laughing,
I'm gonna
I'm vomiting.
vomiting and laughing.
I'm gonna take my rope out of my pack and tie it around Butch's arm and toss it to Orpheus.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to walk Gwen out.
All right. Gwen, are you resisting?
Ooh,
or are
there's
you
a
letting...
rope on my arm.
I wouldn't say that Gwen is resisting. I think she's having one of those weird drunk moments where you feel out of body and you're like, oh my God, is this happening right now? Because she's actively in physical contact with Arnon. And that's like, she's trying to like be cool about it, but she's also stumbling around and she's like, oh my God, this must mean we're friends. We're friends now. This is it. This is
Fantastic. Make me
That's what's happening.
make me a Constitution saving throw.
Are you saying that out loud?
What?
I'm probably accidentally speaking it into your mind.
Fantastic.
That's probably
Gwen,
what's happening.
Gwen,
That's perfect.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I am. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Was it normal, not disadvantage?
Yeah, no,
well, it doesn't
normal.
fucking matter. There you go.
As you're freaking out because, oh my God, Arnon's touching me. Oh my God. All down the front of Arnon as he's trying to walk you out of there.
Nick,
Butch,
I like
grab
to
the rope. Grab the rope.
I like to use my athletics to pull on the rope because I've got a rope in my arm and that's fun.
No.
So you're pulling on the rope.
Absolutely.
Orpheus and Butch both we're doing contested athletics checks.
Like a rope. Tug of war. Oh no.
Is mine a disadvantage because
No.
I'm so wasted?
I'm gonna say no. Just
All right. Well, I got a
He's got
19.
beer strength.
I've got that beer strike.
Oh man, this is not good. Yes.
Nope, we're good. 23, dude.
23.
We're good.
So you're tug of warring, but Orpheus is gaining a little bit of ground. It's hard, but
Tug of
You're
war.
back,
You're,
man. You're on your back.
you're
Tug
inching.
of war.
You're
You're pulling,
inching.
but you're just helping you slide yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
inching towards the edge there.
Okay, I have another idea. This one will probably work better than the last one.
I love how
Listen,
24
listen.
on the random encounter scale was parties Scott's been to in college.
Okay.
Listen to Elric. He's the smartest elf here.
Oh, I hope this
Elric,
works.
please
I hope
tell
this
him to
works.
stop pulling the rope.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cast Move
let go of the rope.
Earth.
Move Earth. Okay.
I'm going to cast Move Earth with the intent of basically creating a. Starting from where the furthest one of you is from me, creating a hill to basically roll you out of the effect.
Are you doing the wave?
Okay.
Maybe not quite a wave, but I'm making something to
Arnon,
roll
as-
you out.
And as Elric is doing this, Arnon and with Gwen, you guys get to the edge of this clearing. So now Butch is the only one left in the clearing, as Elric creates the hill behind Butch in an effort to roll him towards the rest of the party. As you exit the clearing, Arden and Gwen. Gwen, you're still drunk as fuck.
Do I still have my splitting headache?
You're still feeling it. You feel
All right, that's
hungover.
Kind of kneel and
I'm gonna
apply
hold on to
pressure my
Arnon still,
sinuses.
and I'm just gonna be like, don't go in there.
And as Butch,
I let go of the rope, so now I'm dead weight.
the hill that the ground below you rises into this hill, and Butch, as a turtle, starts slowly sliding down this hill towards the rest of the group.
Chris is killing the gifts tonight.
I'm gonna say with this, I'm gonna say make me another Constitution saving throw.
Yes, please.
God.
11.
You just picture that tortoise like spending a half an hour to climb up that little hill, like all day long.
Oh my
for that
God.
little slide.
Yeah, that's awesome.
As you just
Sounds 10
start, as Butch continues to start just vomit all over himself and everything else, as he slides down and comes to rest, kind of wedged at the bottom, at the tree line. Still technically inside
Oh, yeah.
the clearing because he's too large to slide through the trees.
Gwen, come here. Come here.
I just go back over to him. Well, I don't just go back to. I essentially fall to my knees and start crawling because I assume he's also on his stomach.
He's on
I
his
don't
back.
know. Did I get back on my stomach?
I don't know. Last thing you were still on your back.
I
didn't know if the hill flipped me over.
I'm gonna crawl over, like army crawl over to him, and then I'm just gonna like throw half my body onto his chest,
Gwen.
whatever
On
this
his
part is.
vomit-covered chest. Absolutely.
Well,
don't-
here's what happened: is she definitely meant to like stop, but there was no stopping.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay.
Gwen, I don't feel good.
I don't either, but
I'm sorry.
this place blows.
I want to go home.
Me too.
Great. So they're out of this now, right?
No,
No.
Butch is still.
I just went back into it.
Yeah, Butch is still on the edge, and
Oh,
Gwen
no.
just crawled back into the fucking clearing.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you guys remember a long time ago when you tried to lift me and no one could lift me? I'm really glad we have that human.
I'm
Am I able to reach any
Okay.
part of them without going into the clearing?
You can
Where
certainly try.
in the Feywild did you find hot dogs?
Those are from like 3 days ago.
All right, I start reeling in the rope so I can throw it back to them.
Fantastic. So you reel in the
Toss it
rope,
back.
you throw it back over, it lands on top of Butch and Gwen.
Both of
it's
you
so
grab
nice.
the rope. Do not pull the rope. Simply grab the rope.
hold
Dex
on.
check.
While you're doing that, to make things easier, I will cast grease underneath.
Fantastic.
What do I need to roll to actually grab this rope?
You're the rope that I want.
Make me an athletics check, Butch.
Can I help him
Rather
at the
to
same
see
time
how
so that
long
way
it
we're
takes me to
both
grab it.
trying to do it?
Oh my god, with a 12. No, you
Was I-
can't.
It just takes
I
me a little
tied
longer.
the rope to his arm.
I was
This is a different rope.
Oh, it's a different rope.
With
Different
with a
rope.
12, it takes you good 5-10 minutes before you finally.
Oh my god.
And you're like
5 minutes is so long.
you're like holding on to like Gwen
I was
is
thinking like 45 seconds.
Gwen, you're on your back. Gwen is like damn near passed out on your chest, and you're like,
It's like 60 to 70 tries.
Yeah, that took
Slide
you
him
50 tries.
It's become the
Slide him
most
across
disgusting
the grease.
life raft.
and like,
Slide him across
now you
the
have
grease.
you have grease all down your back. You have vomit all over your chest. You have Gwen on top of the vomit. You have Gwen. Your legs are covered in grease now, and your chest is covered in not only yours but also Butch's vomit.
Gwen is here, so Butch is more calm.
And you finally grab a hold of this rope, and Orpheus, make me an athletics check.
Isn't it an advantage because of the grease at least?
Yeah, well, no, the DC was lower, but with an 18,
Okay.
you're able to pull these two drunken idiots out of the clearing. They're still drunken idiots, but they're out of the clearing.
All right,
Which
so
is
you
like-
guys are in
I
the
just
clear,
look-
but
I look at Butch and I go, "You're the real MVP. Thanks, Orpheus." And I just close my eyes.
does anybody have prestidigitation? handy?
Thank you, Orphe.
Yeah, if y'all are done with all that, I'm happy to clean you up, like
Please.
from afar.
Brett, give me a hug.
I
It
will.
smells
No,
bad.
you're gonna make me sick.
It smells bad.
Brett, fix me.
Okay, cool,
Please.
no problem. Got it. All right, here you go, everybody.
Oh no.
Here you go.
Gwen, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Butch.
I'm
I
so
hate it.
sorry.
I truly hate it here.
But
This
you
is
remember
the
that
worst
one
plane
time?
in the world.
Oh my god. You know what Gwen
This
says?
is somehow worse than hell.
Ooh,
She
what does
says,
Gwen say?
Butch, you remember that one time I was trying to stop you from casting that spell and I kept stealing all your stuff and I am so sorry I ever did that to you. I love you,
That's okay. I don't even remember that.
Rick, burn it down. Just burn it. Just burn it down. We're done here.
Yeah, yep.
Has Butch been fancy fingered?
Yes, Butch and Gwen are now
Okay.
clean.
He immediately starts throwing up again.
Oh my god.
No. Please don't make the
burning it down.
noises.
I'm
give me
burning it
that.
down. I'm
Or-
burning this whole plane down.
Orpheus, turn me over, please. I can't take it anymore.
Whoever we're supposed to find here, they're not worth it.
Just
But you're on your own. You'll try rolling side to side.
I'm gonna try rolling side to side. Please tell me this is a thing turtles are good at.
Oh no.
They might be when they're not incredibly intoxicated.
Just acrobatics.
Acrobatics at disadvantage.
Awesome. I would expect nothing less.
Oh, 15 and a 14
Ooh, look
for
at that.
16.
16.
Takes you a minute. You rock and rock and rock and rock back and forth, and you're rocking and you're rocking. Oh God, you're rocking. And,
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh, Constitution saving throw from all the rocking.
Don't make the noise. Don't make the noise. It's
Don't-
gonna happen,
please.
but don't make the noise.
Don't make the noise. You don't want me
Please
to make
don't
the
make the
noise?
noise.
Why not?
No, like for real, because I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna throw up.
Oh God.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I think
It
we
was
should
just-
pass that.
it's-
Gonna make a great short.
I
As-
mean, real life. throw up.
While you are rocking, and it's just like this arc spray as you finally make it to your side and onto your stomach.
Butch deadlift on the arc of vomit.
It's. I hate it. I hate this place. Everything deserves to burn down.
I'm with Elric
Right.
on this one.
Rhett, clean me, please.
Well,
would
we
like to
definitely
thank
went further into
Bo-
the
I'm so
rabbit
sorry.
hole
Poofed,
tonight.
by the way.
Yeah, Bo's gone.
He lasts for 5 hours, but I would like to think he was like, and I'll be back.
Yeah, he's
and
like
then just
deuces.
left. He just back home.
Do you have to hold concentration on him?
I don't believe so.
Okay, never mind then.
I can confirm.
Arnon,
Yeah, Butch.
I need the jug.
Oh. We all
I need
need
a
the
jug.
Oh, we don't have it anymore.
Do you?
Oh, that's right.
Would you like a water skin?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did a fancy finger again, so.
Thank
We
you,
might
Red.
need a lot more of that before we're through.
Well,
I can
Oh
put some
God,
water
I'm so
skin.
hungry now. It's so nauseous.
Maybe give it a minute.
Suddenly an Arby's appears.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh look, the meats.
A wandering Arby's.
Is it Baba Yaga's hot hut, but it's an Arby's?
Baba
restaurant?
Yaga's meat
Arby's.
shack.
We have
Oh,
the Fey
trust it.
meats.
Hey, yeah, if it walks. It's like a food truck.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Oh my
didn't know there was
God.
a 10th circle of hell. I think I found it.
Taco Bell, damn it.
I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. Actually, Taco Bell's the better drunk.
Meat
Ta-
delivery.
Taco Bell's the better drunk food. Arby's is
Arby's
the
is
ultimate
meant to make you
hangover
sicker.
food. I
You
used
just need a greasy spoon. That's all.
when I was in my early 20s and I was going out drinking every Friday and Saturday night, Arby's was like I would wake up in the morning the next morning, well, in the afternoon, and instantly just crave Arby's.
Ugh, so gross.
Anyway, so yeah,
Arby's is the only fast food chain that has given me food poisoning multiple times.
Oh,
Sponsor us, Arby's.
Yeah, sponsor us.
I worked for
We
Arby's
will
for like
insert your food truck
Your
into
mozzarella
the
sticks are
Feywild.
great.
I worked for Arby's for like
Come
2
on.
years in high school. All
I
right.
worked for Arby's for
can-
one day.
Yeah, you fucking worked there for one day and left.
One day.
wow.
Anyway, so yeah, Butch and Gwen are still very, very intoxicated, but you have made it out of the circle.
Well, we still don't really know what caused it, but we probably shouldn't proceed into the circle. We should probably proceed around
Short
the
rest.
circle.
Maybe short rest.
Yes, I think a short rest is in order.
Can I do the hut now?
Are you able to?
I don't know.
Do you want to do the hut now?
I mean, you can do it like 3 times a day, right?
I can do it as. Oh wait, that's an elf pun, isn't it?
Cast the hut. Cast the hut right now.
Okay.
The Butch casts the hut. You all enter the hut. Start taking your short rest. I would like everyone except for Butch and Gwen to make me a perception check.
Am I looking for willow trees so I can get some willow bark for my headache?
Arnon with a 23, Rhett with a 15, Orpheus with a 17, and Elric with a drumroll, please.
Oh, that's right. I'm looking along with the rest of you. Perception.
Yeah. $18. Rhett, Orpheus, and Elric, you don't really notice much because you're too busy looking at these two, dealing with these two crazies. As the hour continues, Arnon, your headache starts to subside. Butch and Gwen start feeling a little less intoxicated. You start getting a little more sobered up. You're still not.
Butch is just trying to sleep.
A short rest, an hour, is still not going to get you 100% there. You're still going to be feeling it, but you're definitely less drunk than you were. Arnon, you look around. Hold on one second here. Let me check something. Oh shit, come on. Frickin' my internet just fucked up. Give me just 1 second here. Sorry, guys. The website I was looking at just decided to stop working for a split second.
This pregnant pause brought to you by definitely not Arby's at any time soon.
Arnon, you are sitting there as you're dealing with your headache and it starts subsiding. For a second, you swear you smell tobacco smoke. And then you look and you see a rustle in the bushes. And probably 10, 15 feet away, obscured by the tree line and everything, you see a rustle in the bushes and you catch a quick glimpse of something blue. You're not sure what it is. You don't get a size or texture or anything. You just see a flash of blue as it disappears and the rustling subsides.
I'll quietly point it out to who's ever close to me. We in the hut? Is that what we said?
Yeah, you're in the hut, but you can see through the hut.
Yeah. We get our short rest already.
You're
Currently
close to
working on that.
you're close to the end of your short rest.
Okay. I think we've got a follower. I smelled that tobacco that Rhett says she smelled earlier. Something blue. Right over that way. I'm thinking maybe one or two of us approach. Seems skittish.
One or two of us.
Well, I'm not the quietest guy around.
I can go invisible if we need.
You can also cast invisibility on somebody else, because I unfortunately have to drop, but I can cast it.
I'm not
first
thinking-
if you want to be invisible.
I'm not thinking sneak up on it. I'm thinking approach in an unthreatening manner.
Is Gwen okay now after the rest?
You still feel your severe intoxication has mellowed out to a slight buzz at this point.
But not enough to like significantly alter actions. Like I could offer to go with Arnon and not like be a liability.
I'm thinking maybe Rhett.
Yeah, I'm thinking you
In case we
might
need to talk.
Yeah, you might at this point be slightly still at disadvantage on certain things.
I suppose it's written Arnon.
Yeah. Rhett, would you like to?
Yes, I can quickly do this. Yeah, what am I doing? Investigation?
Wow, let's just walk over to where I saw it.
Okay.
So you guys walk over to where you saw it. Go ahead and either both of you make investigation or one of you at advantage.
Rhett, do it with
I
advantage.
mean, I think it would
I'll
probably
help
be
you.
me at an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw it first.
27.
27. As you walk up, you don't notice any creatures or anything. However, looking at the ground, you do see what appears to be boot prints. You see in your ranger background, you know how to track things. You know what to look for, and you see a couple broken branches. Looks like somebody's walked through here, and you look down and you see boot prints, roughly the same size and shape as Arnin's. So you can imagine someone about the same build, possibly a little heavier, as they tend to sink in slightly into the mud.
I'll lean into Rhett's ear and just whisper, like, maybe call out that or not call out, but say that we're looking for assistance or a friend.
Okay.
If anybody's out there.
Yeah. That's
As you do that, we'll say we'll take a second. Gwen, at this point, you feel, you know that things, you know that you all need to find something. You have to find this grove. You have to find these hags, this coven, potentially some allies or whatever. Making your way through this forest is very, very slow going. Elric has had his raven help out a little bit, but there might be something better that you could do with your time other than traversing with these or through these thick, slow-going forest. Above
Can I cat? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say
Please
above
finish that sentence.
above board, since you're not going to be here on Friday, I was trying to suggest possibly Gwen maybe takes her wild shape and scouts off.
Absolutely fine with me.
Oh, I was thinking try scry and teleport like you did with me.
I need. Is it possible to scry based on that limited description?
I'm going to say no. For the sake of storyline, I'm going to say it would be best, since you're not going to be here, potentially Gwen decides to maybe wild shape into some sort of avian creature and see if she can't find a way through this incredibly dense forest.
Is Gwen's wild shape all fucked up like everything else?
You would have to do it to find out.
Oh, God.
So,
That would be
Can I
amazing.
give her a bardic inspiration?
doesn't really, wild shape doesn't have a
It
roll
just
to
happens.
it.
I always
so-
figured that. Yeah.
Do we have a way of finding her?
You have the sending stone. Between you and her, both have sending stones, so
Yeah, we have a way to talk, but
she can
we were
scry on
okay.
you.
Somebody have like find person or something like that.
I
too?
can.
She
I have the sending spell.
she has
Okay.
yeah. You guys have the sending stones. She has scrying. You guys have multiple options as to regrouping. So as
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
oh no, what were you gonna say?
Would now be the opportune time for that to happen?
Potentially yes.
Okay.
So as Gwen takes shape into a what are you
Raven.
into a raven?
No, actually, I saw how that last one turned out. No, thank you. I'm gonna go for like a. Just a Like just a hawk. A hawk.
Okay.
A hawk.
And as you turn into this hawk, for the sake of brevity, we'll say that it is somewhere not quite as disturbing as the raven, however, slightly more colorful, but you still have a little bit of weird colorations and stuff. Give me a second. I've got to switch since Rhett's dropped. Give me just 1 second here. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So, continue as you take off, I'm assuming. You let everyone know where you're going and that you're
Searching.
Yeah. As she flies off. I was trying to get this all out there before Lindsay had to drop, but that's all right. Orpheus and Elric, what are the two of you doing? Are you still just hanging out in the hut?
Yeah, while they investigate the blue thing.
As you two.
I think I'm actually going to step outside the hut.
You step outside the hut as well?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's just me and Butch in the hut, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'll just hang out with Butch then.
So you step outside the hut. Is there anything you're doing outside the hut, or are you just stepping out for the sake of stepping out?
I am stepping out so as to center myself and try to think of something else other than the destruction of this place just because it's upsetting me so much.
So you step out, you take a few steps away from the hut, you kind of like close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Butch, at this point, you have, you're more tipsy. You've recovered quite a bit from laying down and potentially imbibing water. Are you doing anything else inside of the hut other than just trying to not be drunk anymore?
But just going to try and eat
Okay.
some of his own food. He's craving fish, salted fish, but he'll eat what he has.
Okay. So Butch and Orpheus are still within the tiny hut. Elric, you walk...
Thank you, Orpheus.
No worries. Just try not to get any puke on me, please.
Gwen has left. She has fluttered off to see if she can't scout a better path through the forest. Arnon and Rhett have gone to investigate that blue thing. Rhett was calling out, saying that you're looking for a guide, specifically.
Or friend, yeah.
Or a friend.
If there's anybody out there, we could use a friend, that type of thing. That's what I whispered to her. Definitely knew Rhett was the one to do the talking.
Yeah. Elric and Arnon, both of you make perception checks for me, please.
It's 23.
17.
Arnon, you hear creaking of wood.
Like up
No,
or out? Okay.
not up. You hear creaking of wood coming from a few different directions. You hear rustling of branches.
I would just like grip Red's forearm to let her know I'm alert.
As you do that, Elric, you feel something cold and sharp against your throat. Arnon, you feel something cold and sharp against your throat. And that is where we'll pick up on Friday.
What the fuck?
Dirty
Oh
motherfucker.
no.
So,
Gotta love ending with blades to the throats, huh?
absolutely.
Better than actively being stabbed.
Oh yeah, I've ended that way before. Blades
We've
in your
improved.
body.
Yeah, you've improved
Yeah,
slightly.
this is an improvement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blade to the throat as opposed to blade in the kidneys.
Guts. Yeah.
So, thank you all for joining us. And please do not forget to join us on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we continue this plot line while we are all sitting around an actual table rolling real, actual dice. All of us except for Sam, unfortunately. We're going to miss you, Sam. I'm sorry that you can't come. Stupid life and there's stupid things that happen. But you will be missed. Lindsay will be here. Everybody else will be here. Unfortunately, Sam had a different engagement she had to go to. So the Sam Crow or the Gwen Crow will continue to fly, as it were. But thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at youtube.com/@ThoseNaturalOnes, twitch.tv/ThoseNaturalOnes, Kick and Trovo. I don't remember the vanity URLs for either one of them, but Those Natural Ones is in there somewhere. So join us on Friday, please, so we can continue this.
Where hopefully we won't roll a natural one at getting out from under a knife to the throat.
Absolutely. All right. We will see you in 3 days. Have a fantastic evening.